Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, whether it is now or in the great distant past. For you make streaming fun, you viewer. But more importantly, us, the streamers, we are the true force. For we do that work, you just watch. So, no, you comment and you subscribe and you give us money. Don't give us money, please. But give other people money. You know, streamers who you like or whatever. And when you have the financial ability to do so, of course. But all that to say, we're back. It's another week of The Arena. The Arena, of course, is everyone's favorite esports academic show. I'm your host, Eric Kersing, and I like to play Dota, and I like to play Go. I like my cats. I have an Xbox controller. I even showed it. I'm not lying. And I'm joined by two lovely people.
One of them is busting a fucking gut. I'm Janelle Malagon. I'm also a host here, or something. I don't know. That's what they tell me anyway. I like my cats also. I don't have an Xbox controller, but I do have a controller for my Switch. I know, but I do have a controller for my Switch that looks like a Super Nintendo controller, so I can't complain.
Nice. And I am Kelly Bryovic. I like my dogs, and I also do not have an Xbox controller, but I do have a PS4 controller with some Marvel skin on it.
That's fun. Eric says that is not as good as an Xbox controller.
Here's a PS4 controller, by the way. No, they have different purposes. You use the PS4 controller for any two-dimensional games where you're moving with the D-pad, because the PS4 has a better D-pad and better D-pad location. And then I use the Xbox controller for any game where I need to use the analog stick for my left finger, because the Xbox controller, I like this position more. I like how I have white for both of these.
When do you use the boxy Switch controller?
Oh, the Switch? That thing is amazing. If it had better connectivity to the PC, I would use that instead of the Xbox all the time. The Pro, specifically, not the Joy-Con.
Okay, I was like, dude, I don't know, that thing is... Because I have, like, the one that you put the two Joy-Cons and you dock it into it. And it's, like, really boxy.
The Pro is... it's so good. It's my favorite controller, perhaps of all time. Because a couple of reasons. One... This is personal preference, and I don't think it works for all games. But the back triggers are actually they're triggers. They're not analog, so you just click. And they're very intuitive to use, which is very nice. But the face buttons, that's what I like the most about the Switch controller. They are very satisfying. They have a real mechanical feel to pressing them down, as opposed to like the Xbox, which is a little squishy, and I think that the PS4 is a little squishy too. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the two analog sticks in the middle on the PS4? Like, doesn't your finger cramp up during long play sessions?
It does.
Yeah, it
but
does.
I mean, I have carpal tunnel, so my fingers are gonna cramp up no matter what.
I'll just use a controller that's even worse for my hands. All right, so
I feel like I just have like nostalgia mapping to it, because it's like, yeah, it hurts. No, it's not comfortable. Will I still use it? Yeah, probably.
I probably the only game that I prefer the analogs to is Katamari Damacy, because I grew up on playing Katamari Damacy on the PS2, and so like that particular game, even though it's a double analog stick, I'm used to. But I've got two more controllers to show off. Okay, so this is the Steam controller, which I got for like $5, because Steam, like, I guess they were like, we're not making these anymore, nobody buys them, and so they had like this sale to just get rid of them basically, and so I got one. It's actually pretty freaking slick. Have you guys ever used one of these?
No, I haven't.
So go ahead. Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. Okay, so first of all, there's actually 3 back buttons, which is kind of neat. Like there's a squeeze button that's here, like on, like, can you guys see that? Like,
yeah, I'm like staring at my screen just watching it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so like there's those squeeze buttons, which are pretty nice, and then it has the triggers here, and then it has the normal top of the shoulder buttons too. So like it's got 3 back buttons, and then you've got this part's crappy, like, I'll be honest, like this is like a whole, I don't know what this is, like these buttons, but then what you can do is these are haptic feedback things, these like black areas. They're kind of hard to see, but let me. They're basically like
I'm looking at a picture.
yeah,
online.
they're like touch pads for like on your laptop or something, but you use your thumbs for them, and then you can use it to control a mouse. So like it's actually it's a lot better than for you if you're going to use a controller to play like an RTS game or like a Civilization game. Like this actually works pretty well because you've got like basically what a mouse pad kind of feel for moving things around. I actually played a little bit of Street Fighter with this because you can actually program, like this is what's crazy about it. It's like very high tech. So like you can program like, I don't know, 4 buttons or 5 buttons or something here. Like this is a button, this is a button, like tapping is a button. And I tried that out for a little bit because I was kind of curious about it. I didn't love it, but I think like the Steam controller was a really cool idea. I just think that like there aren't games, because I am a mouse and keyboard guy first and foremost. For instance, I'm playing through Red Dead Redemption right now, and I actually do all of the shooting and walking segments mouse and keyboard, and I do all the riding segments on a controller. So like that's how committed I am to mouse and keyboard, is that I'll switch between them. But the problem is that there's no games for like the Steam controller. So like if it's a game that's traditionally better for mouse and keyboard, then it's like, why wouldn't I just use mouse and keyboard? And if a game that's better for traditional controller, then why wouldn't I just use a regular controller? It kind of fits a weird middle space where it's better than like a mouse and keyboard at controller games maybe, and it's better than a controller at mouse and keyboard games. But like the one thing I try to do is play Hearthstone on this, because I could play Hearthstone on my television. Then like I could put it up on the TV, and then I could just play with this. Didn't go over too well. It just was a little too slow. That like for me, because like, you know, I don't know. I like things to feel really quick and responsive. All right, and then last but not least, I got the best controller of all time, the Nintendo GameCube controller. I'll be honest, I don't like the back triggers, even though I think this is the best. But I love the button layout. I can't believe that this didn't stick. But this is so much better. It's so much better than the stupid way that the stupid like diamond. The diamond shape is stupid. Who invented the diamond shape? I don't know. Those people deserve they deserve to have their controllers not sell well. That's what they deserve, you know. Like, but like this is so intuitive, because like you put your finger here and you roll your finger for the B or the other one. So like you can hit all 4 like how novel. I can hit all 4 buttons without moving my hand extraneously. Like the other ones, like the PS4 controller, it don't work like that. You have to like switch your entire position of your hand to hit one of the keys depending on how you are currently holding the controller, right? So dumb. So anyways, here I have actually two GameCube controllers. That's how much I love the GameCube. Is I have 2 GameCube controllers. This one I got with my original GameCube in 2001. I still have it. I used it to play Melee on my thing. By the way, we're probably gonna play Melee soon because they had a huge update.
Cool.
They like basically some guy quit his job and added rollback netcode to Melee. Now, no, Melee's a game that already doesn't have any online functionality, but this is like a PC only thing. It's really cool. A lot of people are returning to like playing Melee. I think part of it's because of coronavirus, and Melee is of course a fighting game, and Smash is a fighting game, right, in general. And a lot of Ultimate players are moving to Melee because Ultimate's online sucks, and Melee's online used to be not that good, but now that it's rollback, like, and what just a quick, you know. We're avoiding playing Go today. What's really cool about the rollback net, what rollback netcode does is it kind of like predicts the next 5 frames, and if it's wrong, it rolls back and adjusts it. So it makes for a much smoother experience, especially for fighting games, which are so frame intensive, as we've discussed in the show before.
Right.
And so
That's super cool.
But it's cool, yeah. Just like the you know, this guy in the community, you know, he went and made rollback netcode, and like he has like a Patreon and stuff. You know, I'm not gonna vouch, like I'm not gonna say go support a particular person, but if you're gonna support somebody, that could be someone to look into, decide for yourself. But yep. So now we're gonna do something else. That doesn't even, we're not even gonna use controllers.
This actually, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, let me show the keyboard and the mouse. Okay, like this is the true gamer's tools. Nothing beats the mouse and keyboard. In a general sense, of course, in certain games, but damn, I can't play shooters on a controller. I can't do it. It's so annoying.
I just can't play shooters.
Nope. All right.
Wait, which shooter? I missed what shooter.
Just saying shooters in general.
Oh.
All right. Chat is not popping off yet, but maybe they will in a bit. Let me go ahead and I want to play a game of Go against my friends. All right.
So now is as good a time as any to say. So last week I got creamed in every game of Go that I played.
Okay.
And then I downloaded a phone game of Go. So I was like, this cannot happen again. I cannot fail again. And then instead what happened is the easy computer beat me every single time. So something there is a core game mechanic that I don't understand. So my goal today,
let's focus on learning.
What I don't know.
Yeah, let's just focus on learning. I'm gonna play a game against Janelle. I just need to remember how to challenge. Search for Janelle, which was
and then
PhD.
we do have a question from
simulator.
chat. How do you feel about Rengo?
Yeah, I looked that up on Super. Rengo. Pair Go is a game format where a single game of Go is played between two teams of players. Hey, that could be fun. I've never played Rengo before, but that could be enjoyable. PhD Simulator, my friend. I'm gonna challenge you to, and let's just do a 9x9. It's 2v2 and works well with large skill gaps. Cool. We only have 3 here, but maybe you two could play against me after we kind of do our learning thing. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll do AGA rules, game speed, correspondence. We'll do correspondence because that just gives us lots of time, but we're planning on playing a normal game. I'll play as which one goes first? White goes first. I'll play as black. I'll go second. All right, I sent you a challenge. It's only a 9x9 game, but we're just gonna focus on learning for a little bit.
Game started.
Oh, black goes first. Oh, I'm stupid. All right, that's fine.
Not stupid. You're
All
just
right,
stupid.
so I've got the game up here, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take one of the star points to start. So I reckon, why don't you take one of the star points? Try to look into a corner, maybe. I was thinking about chess, obviously. Laurel. Remind me how to pronounce your name if I mess it up. Oh, I need to submit the move. My bad.
No, you're good.
Ray is okay. Okay, Ray.
That's easy.
All right, we've got the 2 windows. Oh, that's right. It's gonna keep jumping back and forth. All right, everything is fine.
Everything's on fire behind you.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why I don't have my camera on.
Yeah.
I don't like the submit thing. Next time we won't play correspondence.
I like the submit thing as
I don't
someone who
terribly
regularly
mind it.
fucks up.
That's true.
Yeah, it's texted you. I've been. Go ahead.
No, it gives me a second to say, is that really what I want to do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
window.
once one gets more advanced, then it would become just cumbersome at that point. But
So I'm gonna cut the board top and bottom here. But these are the parts that if you're losing games of Go, you're probably not making too bad of decisions during this initial section. You can make correspondence games click to move in your game settings. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, Ray. All right, so here we have our first real decision to make, right? Like we've kind of cut the board in half. We have our general idea. So your goal is definitely going to be anything below 3, right? You want to have control over it eventually, right? But that's not going to be enough to win the game. Similarly, I'm going to want anything above 7. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to push up and make a move into the center of the board.
Okay.
But it's relatively close to my stone, so I have an easy way to retreat. But I'm not directly threatening your white stone. We haven't yet reached the point where it's where we can do some significant teaching, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I won't be a great teacher because I am. All right. So, let's analyze your move for a second and why I think that maybe it wasn't great, which is okay.
Here's
So-
why you suck.
No, don't. So connecting stones is obviously super duper important, right? We want to connect stones in Go, right? Because, and that's what you did. You connected your stone directly to another stone. The issue is that there's an ebb and flow in Go of taking territory and protecting your territory. And in the early game, like here, we need to kind of be thinking about starting to lay some stakes of claims of like what territory we would like to take or something along that line. And so by placing a stone right next to yours, you've created a strong defensive posture, but you've relinquished some more of the board to me. And in the early game, that's maybe not great. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll take the center here. And now, if we just look at the general shape of the board, it looks like I have a little bit more than you do. But you do have +7 points, so maybe the onus is on me to take more of the board, and maybe you just need to hold steady.
Well, 5.5 of that would have been from going second, right?
It's 7.5, and Comey is 7.5, and I think in 9x9, because it's because going first is a bigger advantage the smaller the board is. All right, there you go. So now you're pushing up against my stone. And what I like about this move, generally speaking, is that you have two release valves, right? So because you have a direct diagonal to back to the white stone you placed last turn, right? I can't easily cut that stone off, right? If I were to go, you're looking at the stream, right?
Yeah.
All right. If I were to go here, then you can just move here, and then you've connected the stones, right? And then my stones are disconnected, so that's no bueno. And if I go here, same deal on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do instead is, so I have a couple options. So I'm gonna kind of like talk through them because I'm still kind of learning the game. I think it can be useful. So one option is this. Now this creates what we call a really bad shape. what I think of as a bad shape, which is this 3 diagonals in a row. The problem with 3 diagonal stones in a row like this is it's pretty easy for you to cut them in a variety of ways, right? This stone is really isolated. It does have a lot of escape routes, right? But it's easy for you. It would be kind of easy for you to get behind these groups of stones. Like, what if you were to go here? Well, then I maybe feel the need to go here to cut off you from cutting me off or something like that. Maybe I'd go there, and then you go like here, and then suddenly this stone is isolated, right? It's easy for you to break, to really give me hard decisions on this kind of structure. But if I were to go like here. Connecting the stone up, then I give you an in, right, where you could be pushing up into this file, right? And then like, what am I gonna do? Like, I could maybe like you go here, then I go there, and then you've gained a little bit of extra space, which is pretty nice. So this is like more of a defensive move, but it protects me more, but it's a little bit worse in some respects. Another move I was thinking is I could do something like this, and what this does is it kind of threatens you. It gives you free reign to try to cut into my structure here, but then I'm also threatening to cut into your structure, right? Cut your board in half, and then you're gonna have to defend this without being able to connect this over here.
Right.
And so these initial moves can be really important. So you've got like a move that it like makes logical sense because it cuts you off, but it's a little weak in structure. This move's maybe stronger in initial structure, but it gives you an in to perhaps cut off my side of the board. And this move allows me to perhaps cut your side of the board in half. So for me, the other, there's of course, none of those are necessarily the best move. Note, the computer probably would find a much greater move. But, but like another move I could do maybe would be like, I could like try to extend out. And like here, and then I could try to like cut you in half. The problem is this leaves you going right here, and then you're cutting like right. Then like this stone would have a really hard time getting back home, right, and connecting. Right. That's probably not a great move for me. Similarly, like something like this may also be decent. Kind of like this move. It gives me an in to try to get around you. Which could then if I get everything from H to J, like that would be a huge win for me. So but I'm gonna try to put pressure on you, and I'll say this in part, I want you to describe what moves that you want to do and are planning on doing, right, and stuff like that. But I'm gonna push down into the center here, because what I want to do is I want to pressure you, and what if I cut you in half? Like what would you do? What do you do if I'm threatening to cut you in half?
Wonder why I'm at the world's worst magic show.
So I'll talk through some moves too, because I don't want you just blindly making moves and then I critique them like after the fact, right? So a couple of moves here that seem to make sense to me initially. So E3 is a pretty obvious move. What E3 would do is it like creates like a stepping stone, haha, because they're called stones, between C3 and G3, right? And then we've got you have a nice kind of structure there where I could attack in between them, right, on D3 and F3, but you have an easy way to kind of maneuver around those stones, right? If you put on E3 and then I go D3, then you go D2, well then I have to go D4 to connect my stone, or else you'll just take it, right? And then you can connect back with on like E2 or a C2 kind of play. And my initial gut says that E3 is a good move for that reason, right? Because it's like giving you a nice structure to connect your stones. Another possibility would be something really aggressive. For instance, F7 would be a really aggressive white stone to place. What you're doing then is you're saying, okay, you're going to try to cut me in half, I'll cut you in half, right? And because then if you're on F7, then my black stone is on an island, right? It's like I can't really get around there too easily. And let's see. Yeah, because I don't even know what I would do if you put F7. So that would be like the aggressive, like, okay, you're gonna cut me in half, I'll cut you in half. And I don't even know what I would do. I'd have to think about it. But that would be another maybe a decent move. What did your gut tell you though? What was the move that you were thinking of doing right away?
My gut was E3, because I tend to kind of just follow the action of the previous person and try to do like laddering and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I try to play really close.
I know. I can see.
What makes you say that, Kelly?
Are you guys playing a game?
That you scored an I in the middle of this like clusterfuck of a game that we have going. You're so good.
All right. Well, you can go ahead and throw up E3 then, and we'll see. Well, I'll try. Okay, there we go. So I'll try to challenge you a little bit here. So obviously, I will say F3 and D3 ain't gonna cut it, right? Because if I move in either of these spaces, you have an easy, riposte, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So what I want to do is I want to kind of, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go H6 now, I think, and what that's gonna do is like. It's going to solidify my kind of broader structure here, and I kind of like my structure because I've infiltrated you down to the 4 file, right? And so we're going to be fighting over these the A4 through D4, right? Like that's going to be some contested territory likely in the end of the game. Now another possible thing I could do is H6. So like we can see like an extension, right? Like one's like a little bit like these are both moves with the same general principle behind them. Like try to come around your stones on the G and F file, and instead so one way is like coming around like this. And then I've got pretty good lines back to my other black stone. Another line would be going a little bit more conservative. I'm gonna push you again. I'm gonna go H5, and then we'll see how you could respond to it. I'm less interested in making what move I might make in general, and I'm more interested in just trying to talk through the moves. So like the structure. Let's just look at the structure of this for a second. So we got the H5 to G7 pawn. This is a really common structure in Go, and the reason why is that it's very hard to split in a cut up. Even though they're it's kind of funny because they're kind of far from each other. But what happens is if you go like G, so like you could cut it if you go like G6, and then what I would do is I would go H6. and then you could in theory go you could go h7, and like you would have cut off my thing, but then I have initiative on taking your piece, right? So then I would go like h8, and then I've got yours surrounded almost completely, and it's gonna be hard for you to, right, I'll just capture your stone. And so so it's hard to cut it. And then if you go the other way, so that was if you were to go g6, right? So so that was if you went h6 is what I just said. Yeah, then I go here, then there. And if you were to go g6, so you try to cut me off there, then I play h6, and that's better for you because then that stone isn't isolated. But then I just play almost no matter what you do, I'll probably play like h7, and then well, maybe not. Maybe you could cut this because of your strong structure in g5. Yeah, g6 seems like a pretty good move. g6 and h6 both seem good to try to cut my piece. If we're talking about a fight. And so in this case, though, g6 looks a little better because it's on the side of the white stones you already have. But you don't have to make that move if you don't want, if you see something better or something like that. But you can see that what I've done, you know, from an educational perspective, is I've given you a challenge, right? Like, you can't go do something else on the board, because then I take something like h4 or h6, and then I've solidified a structure that goes like completely around your current stones. And I'm even threatening possibly taking, I'm probably not threatening the corner, but I am threatening a lot of potential territory that you're supposed to have in this game.
Right. No, I think that g6 makes sense.
All right. So looking at this from my perspective, bad moves, f6 would be bad because then I'm like, it's too easy for you to cut it. h6 looks doesn't look great because then if I go h6, then you can just cut me at h7. I want to think about this a lot. I guess I can place it down. So I put this here, you put one here. Then I put a black stone here. And then what would you do? You could attack me by putting like a white stone there. And then I put a black stone here. And then I've got an eye. I'm looking pretty nice. I can still attack down. It'd be pretty easy to give me a second eye in the corner. So that's pretty good. What would be other options you do? Could you try to ladder me? I don't think you can ladder me because I'm so close to the edge. Yeah, right. So like this. So h6 still looks like a pretty strong move for me. Because I don't think you can cut. I don't think you can cut at h7. I mean, I could be wrong. If you see a line where you could cut at h7 and live, or take a stone of mine, then that's a really good move. The problem is that I've got two stones now, and two stones like have a lot of liberties, right? So it's hard to like, right? One stone is 4 liberties, but two stones have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 liberties, right? It's not, they're stronger together in a sense, right? And so it's hard for you to take that group of stones, and yeah, so. But here's the challenge. Here's the rub of it. If I were to go H, and this is why like you need to always consider the whole board and not just the simple structure, right? Because we could say that my structure is uncuttable, right, or something along those lines. But what happens if I go here in H6 and then you go at F7, right? F7 is kind of a weird move, but let's imagine for a sec. Well, then I could like throw out H7, but then you've got this white here. And then you can make an eye here, and then you've infiltrated my position really thoroughly, right? And that's a danger for me. But at this point, H6 might still be my best play. Because, like, what am I going to... I could do, like, something like this, like F7. And this solidifies my structure. It's going to be really hard for you to get in on me if I were to go F7. But then my H5 pawn... H5 stone is just so isolated, right? You just play like an H6, and like your stones are really safe. I'm way too focused on making eyes. Oh yeah, I'm trying not to talk too much about eyes. I'm more just trying to think about the general structure of things and kind of just talking out loud, right? But if you have any comments you want to throw out,
So then as a question,
yeah.
What stage of the game should I be thinking about making eyes?
I think when your pieces are threatened, when your stones are under threat, then you ask the question, can I make 2 eyes, right? Yeah, I'm less interested in eyes right now. I'm just thinking about general structure of what are our ranks. We're not good. We're learning the
My
game.
rank is
Yeah.
I can identify a go board.
Yeah, we're learning the game. We're learning the rules. We're trying to learn like what are good plays, what are bad plays, and stuff like that. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, let's see. I want one of these two plays is probably the correct play for me. I'll go F7 here. Nah. I'll go H6. I'll add a little bit of chaos to the board. So as noted, I think F7 is a pretty good move. I think F6 is a pretty good move too. If you were to F6, I think the really natural response to me would be E7 because then I kind of I've created a kind of like nice little structure there. But your goal here should be to either solidify your defensive position or to kind of push me further into a defense, like, you know, to be aggressive. And so like that's the interesting thing to me about Go. You know, I'll keep saying it or whatever, is that like that constant balance between like, should I be aggressive and taking like more territory, or should I hold back and focus more on defending? But
Right.
but this one, so for me, I see two good moves for you, which is E7 and F6. But what does your gut tell you in this position? What would you do?
F6 would be my natural response, just to kind of close up. And I think that's probably what I will do. My other instinct would be to kind of push, but to push and I don't know how much territory I'd really claim from it anyway, but to do something like a B4 and then kind of push up that way and shift away from the other one. But I think F6 is the more logical choice.
All right.
See, Janelle, I'm totally confused in our game because you just captured some of my stuff, and I don't see how your things are connected. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
I also am not super clear on what exactly I need to capture. So
You need to
like,
take
how
all the
exactly
liberties away from a group of stones, right? So there can't be any exit that those stones could go has to be covered by one of your stones. So in theory, all of the collapsing stones, all of the attacking stones, none of them need to be connected to take, technically speaking, right? Though they typically will be. But but all the stones that are taken will be connected, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So I snap played E7 because there's a huge danger if you play an E7 that like I can't right. It's the diagonal, right? It's what we talked about earlier. Diagonals is a strong position for defense because if you attack one of the two, the other one can just get played, right? And then but here you have we have defined a pretty shape in the board here. Which is, it's interesting. I think that, so if like we're just gonna evaluate this board, it's pretty certain that I have that top section now because I have those 3 stones between C and G, and this is gonna be really hard. Like to move it, like it's just like there's no way for you to really place a white stone on those back 2 files, right? And not have it taken. Similarly, it's gonna be really hard for me to place the black stone on the back 2 tiles. So now we're fighting over the center of the board, and we see that I have like an infiltrating force on your side of the board, which is on the H file, and so you could want to defend. If you were to play something like H4, right?
Just
then
kind of cut that off.
Yeah, cut that off. Then you're ceding the point to me. Another option would be, like you said, B4 is a pretty good move. It pushes up and it forces me to do something like B5 to cut you off. And
The
so then
other option would be maybe E6 to kind of stop those 2 groups from connecting.
I personally think E6 is a very weak play, because basically, I think what you would do, like, you have to think about. Oh, this is a pretty good idea to have in your head. You have to think, especially in like the mid game, of each stone, asking how points is this going to get me in the end, like this stone that I placed, right? And so if you play B4, that might net you 3 or 4 spots on the board, right? Eventually. If you play G4, that might net you 3 or 4 spots on the board eventually. If you play E6, well, I just snap play D6, right? And then my pieces have this X structure, right? And remember, we talked about diagonals being kind of good, right? Well, if I've got an X on the board, like, how are you going to attack an X, right? Because like the X means that all four of the spaces in between my stones, right, are all tripled, right? So that means they only need one space. So it's impossible to attack, basically. It's not impossible, but it's really hard to attack. And so E6, I can see why it's a gut reaction, because it puts a lot of pressure on me to play D6, right? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, it doesn't, but ultimately, what does it do? It nets you 1, and it takes away possibly 1 from me. Whereas B4 maybe nets you 3 and takes away 3 from me, or H4 takes away 3 from me, or something along those lines. Does that make sense about why I think E6 is kind of a weaker move?
No, it does. The X is very convincing. Kelly has a pretty solid X on her.
You
on
do,
our game that there's like nothing I can really do.
And it's worth noting that you would maintain initiative, and I think that that's obviously, initiative is really important, because one player can force another player to make a move, right? Like, for instance, if it was my turn and I went F4 or G5 here, like, you could try this variation, E6, D6, F7. So like, yeah, little try is giving us a thing. So let me see if I can. So if you went E6, and then, yeah, but little try says B4 that they like. Yeah, I think B4 is a strong move. I have to respond to B4 as well. But okay, so E6, then I would play D6, and then you would play F7, and then I would play D7. So like, the idea is that you're keeping initiative, and you're pushing up here, and then G8. So then it's like attacking these stones and trying to get around them. You can right arrow, press the arrow at the bottom of the board to go into analysis mode. Thank you, Ray. So let me okay, this is analysis mode, and then I'm gonna go back to our last move here, and let's do do, and then this would be the push. Do you see it on the board here? So then I probably have to do this, because if I like try to attack your go back. So I were to try to attack here, you just take that stone, right? And then you've got, my stones are too separated. So maybe that was a strong move, but I don't know if that's what you were thinking necessarily. Then you go something like this. Maybe, I don't know if you necessarily need to connect those. We'll go back. I don't know what I would do if I were you in this spot. Definitely, they're saying no. Follow up is E8. Oh yeah, because then so then you've cut my structure. Because look, this is exactly what I was talking about with the diagonals being weak earlier, right? It's like, you see this big diagonal here. Now it's so easy, and what you've done is you've put both of these pieces under threat. So now I have to choose one of them to save, right? And the problem is that there's not a good choice, right? If you have to pick between two, you're screwed, right? So here, like, I were to do like this, and then you take this, and now like I'm gonna lose this game. Yeah, 4 can't be saved. So, it turns out that it was a good move, the one that you thought. If we play it out long enough. The question is I wonder if the question here is that if I can save, right? If I can make a different move, right, to potentially like make my, like, for instance, I could do like 2 here. And then that allows you to push in, but then I do like something like this, and then, or something like, I don't know necessarily if D6 is a good move, but if I push in here, I've solidified more the top, right, than if I make that X structure. So maybe the X structure isn't as good as I was implying. I'm curious right now, if I had you push in the middle here, then I could, let's see, what would I do? I don't really want to do this now, because it's pretty easy for me to protect. I could try to connect. I need to connect these stones in some way. I would probably. It's gonna be easier to connect along this side. Your opponent can't see your variations. Oh, she's watching the stream.
I'm
little
watching,
try.
yeah.
Don't worry. So she can.
Thank you for pointing it out.
They're stream
Nice.
sniping me.
Stop
what I'm
watching my
here for.
screen.
So like here, then I would have the option of like going here, and then and you could like push in, and then I could go like here. You go there. No, that's not a good move because then it can't be saved, right? So E7 is a common mistake. Let's see. Leaving 2 doors open for walk to. Oh, so I made a pretty bad mistake on E7. To me, I just thought it looked pretty. I thought like, look, this connects both of these, but you're right. That makes sense. Longa go. I appreciate your insight. Yeah. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Let's go. I want to go back to the actual game. I'm curious what chat would do here. My gut instinct is definitely B5. It cuts you from coming further into my territory. Longa Golgo. Oh, because you capitalize the A, it makes it easier to pronounce. Argoyugal. So like B5 could be like a move that I could do here. Yeah, so B5 is my gut instinct. It's because it cuts off you from coming closer. But my gut instincts are often wrong. So I wanna try to think further, right? So like I could do like I hate D5, right? D5 is a bad move because it solidifies a position I likely already have, and it leaves the door open for you to go. Oh yeah, I can do the variations thing. I'm gonna do the variations thing. So you go here.
Damn it, Kelly.
I'd B5 locally. All right, I'll throw in the B5, and now it's your turn. So let's look at whatever. Let's look at your next move.
Kelly just saved everything in her game.
Kelly just saved everything. I should. I wonder if I can spectate. Can you like invite me to spectate that game?
Maybe. That would be
Do you want to see this shit show? Are you sure?
Well, it could be useful just for me to just to have it on stream because like you guys are talking about it and our chat can hear that you're talking about it, right? But they can't see your game and you're like, oh, this cool thing happened, but none of us can see it, right?
I don't know. It kind of feels like when you haven't swept your floors all week and then your friends surprise you at your house.
Okay.
And
That
they're like,
I mean that's
happy
fair.
you're here.
If you guys don't want
I'm
to
just being dramatic.
share your
You can
game, that's
totally-
fine.
Oh my god, I have no idea how to do this.
So
I'm sure there's a way to do it.
So one thing you can do now is you can just take chat's advice, right? Push E6, and then force me into like that bad position, like punish me for that E7 move that I didn't realize was as bad as it was. If we were only playing locally though, and this left hand side, I'm wondering like what would be a good move here. So again, we've got the diagonal, so you shouldn't be too worried about me playing something like C4, because if I play C4 again, you just play B3. I keep initiative, right? But well, that's actually pretty. So sometimes you have to think again more than just the pieces that you're given. So if we cover up, right, all of the other pieces, then you don't need to worry about this diagonal, right? But let's say I don't know, you play over there. I'm just gonna cede initiative to myself for a second just to show you what I mean. And I play C4. You connect because you don't want me to cut your piece across, right? And then I can go like I probably wouldn't do this specifically, this 4 move, but I could do like something like this. And you do this, then I get this, and then I've like taken like look at how much I just got a lot of space. That could be pretty nice. And so this would be an instance where you could say like, yes, I've got the diagonal. Yes, this piece B4 is always going to be able to be connected to C3. But if I like let them see the initiative here, they end up getting something else later on the board, right, further down the line. So you have to, and that's why Go is so freaking complex and tricky, right? Is like you can't just look at the little part that you're looking at because you have to consider how it might impact something else on the board. And that was, I guess, my mistake on the E7, right? Is but so that's like one possibility. But of course that was me throwing away a stone for you to show you that, right? So it's still and that's why initiative is so important. Mm-hmm. So like other moves that I wouldn't do, like D5 doesn't really work. Eventually it just ends up getting captured. So like, it's hard for you to cut into my structure here. I wonder what would chat do in this situation. I guess chat would probably play the e6, right?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
curious if chat has any other suggestions.
So like, yeah, you play. So I'm gonna play out the e6 now that I'm realizing that it would be bad to make that structure to the left, the D, like for me to play d6. If I were to play like f7, I give you an in here, so now you can kind of walk in. So then I want to protect my pieces. I've got a couple of ways to do that. So I could go like here, and then I've got this nice structure. What's nice about this is I've got 3 liberties down here. So it's good. So like these, I've got lots of opportunity to connect up, right? You're not gonna be able to capture this or anything. So then like you do this, and then yeah, that's not gonna work. F7 first. Oh, so they're saying don't do e6, do f7 first.
Oops.
Oh,
Well,
that makes sense. Yeah,
I did submit e6 already.
you already committed to e6.
I did.
Oh wow,
Right.
back to the game at hand. Well, then I'm gonna play f7 because I've realized how bad it would be for me to play d6. Chat has shown me the way, so I submitted that move for you. But I'm gonna go ahead. We'll do f. So like they have you do f7. So then this creates like such a headache for me, right? Because f7 is probably better than e6 here. Because again, I can't do this. Because then what you do is this, and well, let me look. I like the analysis feature. Yeah, this can't be saved. So then I do something like this. Maybe I can make 2 eyes over here, but even nonetheless, look at how strong your position is. Like here. Yeah. So I can't do that. But I could do this. Well, then there's this, and then now you've got the corner, and now this game has suddenly got really difficult. All right. So I think a lot of the game, right, we can kind of see is we kind of have this. You can see how one move can be so crucial, but also how like the fight and like the shape of everything like really matters. I guess I don't know. I was gonna say something and I lost it. But you see, like that's what I think what makes Go so hard, right? Is that like there's so many moves you could make, right? And so it's trying to figure out even just like for a new player, like for new players like us, right, who don't know the game particularly well, it's like what am I gonna do? So here I've kind of made this shape. If you do this, I do this. This is unsavable. All right, well, yeah. So you can't cut my pieces here. You know, which is like you can go like a d6. What would I do here? I connect here, probably, because I don't want to sacrifice these guys.
I don't like that, Janelle.
Why?
Because I don't understand how that worked.
I think okay. How do I go back? I think I got it. Okay. So
Because I could have still went to the space next to it, so I just don't get
Can
why.
you guys share the game with me? Then I can look at it.
I have not figured out how to do that.
There's a little lock on the top right. Access settings, player name, and then you could add like.
I tried that, and then I put your name in, and then I hit grant access, and then it says permission denied.
Here, I'm gonna
Weird.
pass.
Yeah, I'm unsure if the access settings doesn't do it. No big deal. If anyone in chat would like to play me, I'll open up 2 games at once. Since you're back to game. Let's see. What would I do here? I wouldn't do that because these guys are okay. Maybe the only person who made the game can change the access settings. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so you're playing there. So let's.
I see.
The ill-fated D6. Oh wait, so do we?
I don't
figure
think
it
it's
out?
ill-fated. It's unkillable. You figured it
I
out.
was like, what do you have against D6s? And then I was like, oh, wrong game.
I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Okay, so I could play like D5 here. What do you do, chat? I'm thinking D5 to connect these pieces. I get attacked here, possibly. The other option would be I could get attacked here. I do like this. Both these groups of stones are likely to stay alive, but this cut, oh, it's so ugly. But I mean, I come into the same problem here.
No, wait, the stone removal. I don't know what to do.
During stone removal, just let the computer handle it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I'll do this.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I'm gonna send another challenge and invite Eric in. Not
Hell
that you
yeah.
have to watch or whatever.
Alright, I am in the game.
And now, what are you, SNES 11?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it wasn't working. I didn't realize you had the 11 at the end.
Yeah, then I was probably a non-existent member or something.
Yeah, there
it's
isn't.
not
It
you're
is
not
just
coming up.
SNES.
Oh yeah, interesting. But yeah, if anyone in chat wants to play, I'll play a game against you.
But why? Oh, I just sent the challenge. I just invited you to the old one, so ignore that, Eric.
Okay.
I'm a put a new one out there. There we go.
All right. For just a second, can you guys take over conversation for a bit? I'll turn you up a little bit.
What? I have to talk to Janelle now?
I'm gonna go to. I'll be back in a little bit.
So, let's see if we can figure out what the hell we're doing. So,
I can guarantee you that I will not.
you're a legend. All right, so we're starting a fresh game. Unfortunately, we can't show you what exactly we're playing, like what our board looks like.
Well,
But
the
it's a
board.
fresh
I'll
game.
I'll describe it. It is empty.
Not
I'm waiting
anymore,
for Janelle.
son.
All right, so we
So-
got one on the northwest corner of the star.
Yep, we
And
got
I
one on
will-
C7.
Counter with a good old G3.
Okay.
We're gonna start it probably the same way that we started it last time, where you're going to give me a good old G7, and I'll do a C3.
Hmm.
But then
I don't
after that,
know. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah?
I don't think I'm gonna do. Maybe a G7, and then I just won't do an E7.
mm-hmm.
So let's do. Yeah. So I'm gonna put G7. I just don't want to do the thing where. Thank you, chat, for letting us know earlier. You put one on like C7, G7, and then one on E7, and then you can just kind of like slip right through in between. So instead, all right, how ambitious do I want to be?
I don't know.
Probably not
How much do
very-
I scare you?
Very much.
You shouldn't after that last game I played.
I'm not convinced. I think that one was a fluke. All right, so we're gonna go for a typical Twister F5.
You want to know how that makes me feel?
Fuck.
That's how that makes me feel.
It makes me feel very D5. All right.
Yeah.
So now, I don't know. I feel like we're a few stones away from some kind of symbol.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's almost like a weird X-Men. Sort of
That's
symbol.
exactly what it is. All right. So what if you and we are playing a private game? Yeah, it's between the two of us. Eric had to step away for a second, so we are playing off screen, but we are letting people know what our placements are.
Yeah.
However, Kelly, I have a
But
question.
maybe-
So
Oh
no,
god.
go for it. Go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say Eric should be back soon, so he's invited to spectate, so you should be able to have access once he's done doing his thing.
Hell yeah. So, you know how when we play these games, usually it's like Eric, you very technically explaining,
Oh
and
yeah.
then you and I just kind of like, yeah, okay. And then we play through the game, and usually at some point, you and I find a way to break the game.
Yeah.
Like when we played StarCraft, and we just kind of stopped giving a shit about building and then fighting each other, and we just kind of made a bunch of units for fun.
hmm
So the way that we can do that with Go is that we just start like
Designs.
drawing something.
Amazing.
Just, just putting it out there. Just as
I mean,
a theory.
I live for breaking whatever Eric had planned. So
That's amazing.
let's
It's really
be real.
cute. The game keeps like shuffling.
But here's the funny thing though, like I am a super competitive person, but when I don't know what I'm doing yet, I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna do what I want.
I'm back.
I am
But as soon as
exactly
I
the
have
same
an
way.
as soon as I have an inkling of what's supposed to happen, I'm like,
Yep.
fuck you, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna win.
So I'll ask in Longa Goigo or Ray or Little Try. If anyone wants to play a game, I'll play a game against you. You get to feel the good feeling of victory. Meanwhile, it is Janelle's turn, so let's go ahead and let's look
It is. Yeah.
let's look.
I kind of let that game sit while you were gone, and Kelly and I have been discussing our new game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. So obviously, I think C. I don't know unless chat thinks. Might be more helpful to have someone review a game after it's over. Yeah, maybe we could review a game. I just want to play though, I always have fun playing.
I feel that.
I want to try,
that's
I want to try to do the analysis while I'm playing. For Black here, I'm still worried about making up for Comey. Yeah, I think I'm behind for sure. It's hard going first. Like the Comey can be is really rough on the 9x9 between like people like us, because like like if you and I were like, what's the word? If we were good, right? The Comey makes sense, right?
If we were talented.
But because we're not very good, like it's hard for me to make the right moves to make sure that I make up for that 7.5. I think it looks like I'll end up with more of the board, but Comey's gonna give you the victory. Like I think that's what it looks like right now. So for you, C6 and C7 both seem like good moves. They keep me in the back foot, which is nice. 13 by 13. Then you start learning real go stuff. That's a good idea. Longa go.
I'm not approving of your life choices here.
What?
They're inconveniencing me.
So here, I absolutely cannot possibly afford for you to go B6. Like, there's nowhere on the board that justifies you going B6. Because like, let's go ahead and let me. Oh, I'm already in analysis mode. Good. So let's say I go like H4. You go B6.
Oh my.
My cat is upset. Can you hear the cat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that Odo or Cleo?
Oda can't meow.
Oh.
She Oda can't meow. So if I go like anywhere else, you go B6, all those stones are dead, right? Like I can't. There's no way, right? What do I do here? Like I start attacking you, and I'm dead, right? I always die. So I have to. So this is a straightforward move. Back to game. I just go here. I just prefer playing 19 by 19. I like the giant board. So I went here, and so let's see, what moves do you have? B6 is definitely not small. But what about D3? Got to make something happen. D3. Well, I thought that D3 was just a bad move because I just get cut there, and then like let me look. I guess okay, so they can't cut me easily, but then maybe D3 was a good move. B6 is definitely not. By small, do you mean like not bad? You have a forcing move at F4. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So what you're saying is like, hold on, let me. So we're talking about here, this move. So small, bigger, how many points they're worth? Yeah.
It's like,
I hope you like all the eyes.
So what you're saying is like, if I go like here.
I need them all. It's really spooky, Kelly.
If I go here, and then they go anywhere. So like what you're saying is like at this point they kind of have to go here, because otherwise like I don't know, let's say they go here, I go here, and now they have to go here because otherwise they're going to lose all of these stones in the middle. And so they go here, and then I don't know, like I do something like I don't know, I'm just trying to think, like then I've got like some initiative here, maybe like I don't know, I can go there, my stone gets taken. I'm a little unsure but what the best move here is. But what you're saying is like eventually, like if I go here, like I can maybe if I can keep forcing my opponent into certain moves or whatever, then I can do this forcing and try to get around this or something along those lines. I think that's what I'm hearing you say.
I also want to point out that I did play.
Oh, you played a move
where I don't know if it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. It at least there was a reason, which is better than just putting it there without a reason.
Yeah, my only problem with that move is that I think F4 accomplishes the same thing while giving you one more point.
Bobo.
Oh, damn. I thought it would be too close and that would just kind of...
But what F4 also gives you is that it gives you the connection between the two. But yeah, it's yeah, so like I think that F4 is kind of a relatively weak move. But it's not bad either. I think it does connect. It like what you've pretty much connected now all of your pieces together, right?
That was the idea, yeah.
Yeah, the only side issue is that you did have this a lot of pressure at D7 because you would have cut my stones, perhaps, or at least you kind of like forked over initiative to me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does make sense.
White can play A5 to connect groups.
Yo, Kelly's just like weaving through this board. Like I'm not even here.
I just found one move and I really like it.
After B6, white can play A5 to connect groups. Are you saying if white plays it, so like if I were to go like or something like that? Is that what you're talking about? I think that's what.
Yes. So under A5, yeah, and that was kind of my thought process behind the F3, where it's like, okay, well,
let's go back to the game and all right.
Doing that, connecting below A5.
So I do need to win points. And so what do I have here? So I don't like. Yeah, like there, like as Chad has said, I do have a forcing move at F4, meaning that at any time, no matter what the conflict is across the board, you know what I mean? I can go F4 or G5, and you have to play the reverse, right? And because otherwise, I just like if you lose, right? Like, so that's an important thing to note. Is like so then it's like. When you have a forcing move, it's like, you know, it's like having someone's wrist in like a keto or something, right? It's like you need to use that to your advantage to twist them. So I could try like here. This was a move suggested earlier at the D3. Now the forcing move at F4 looks a lot worse because of the F3 move. So if I could play D3, maybe you. But the problem is if you push down a D2, I have to connect there. I don't really see. I guess I could do like something like this, and then these are all connected. You go here. I do like this. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. So you can't take. So, well, then what am I gonna do? I'm gonna fill it in eventually. Like, you just go like here, and then. What do I have to do here? I don't have any options. Well, I don't have to. I could just lose this one piece. So instead, I think back to the game. I think my best move is to push down the H file further and try to get around you. So the question is, I don't want to push out 2. I can't possibly sustain this. I don't think. I'll push out 1 onto H4. I use Aikido analogies in Teach and Go mostly to discourage attacking.
Interesting.
It's funny then that I brought up specifically Aikido. H3 is strictly better than H4. Oh no! I made a mistake. All right, so let's play it out. So Ray says that I should have played H3, which was my gut aggressive instinct said I should play H3, and then but then I tried to play a little bit more conservative. So let's say I play H3 instead. All right. So my worry is then that H4 is coming right up. Well, then what do? Can I connect here? Oh. So what you're saying? Attaching, not attacking. Says.
Oh, I also read that as attacking when I first.
Oh, mostly discourage attaching. All right, whoops, my bad. So let's say then there's this. Well, then actually, I guess I do have to. You're right. H3 does seem strictly better because I should have just played it out. That's what I should have done. Because like now I'm seeing like you do this, I do this. I can connect this. Like you do this, you can't. You do this, I do this. You do this, I do this. Yeah, so this net me more because now what you can do is just do this, and then I can't get anything more.
That is what I did.
I see okay. I see what Ray was talking about. Yeah, I should the analysis thing. Thank you guys for pointing me to the arrow keys. The arrow key, because now like because you get better, right? You get better if you just like play out the next 4 stones, right? And like, oh, that's what would happen. You know what I mean? Like instead of just trying to like go by some gut instinct. So what's my best move? Connecting under again. I don't know exactly what you meant by those 3 words. I'm sorry.
That might be a comment on what I'm doing, but that was my intention.
Oh yeah. Let's see. We're going to analysis mode. I go here. You go here. I go here. You go there. I go here. That's the logical series event. Connection at J4 is connecting under J4. So you're saying that this is my best move, or you're just if H3.
Well, because that would make it like you didn't kind of like waste those heading down. You at least maintain something by going J4, if that makes sense.
No, the sequence is H3, H4, J4 sequence. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, so they're talking about if I do this, this. Oh wait, no. Hold on. J4. The connection to J4 is connecting under. So what would you guys do here if you were white? I guess that's what I'm wondering. See, if I was white, obviously neither of these two work. I could like attack there. Can't do that. Long is saying that it's called connecting under, and you should watch out for it. Okay, so watch out for if you're in this position, and like I have these 2 here and you have those 2 there. I should connect under like that. Here, white would definitely H2.
Yeah, I agree. That's what.
And then I do this. And then white can't take this group. They could like threaten it, but no matter what happens, I get it.
They can at least close off from it.
Yeah. The thing that you could do is you could force me like let's say you do this, then I have to fill in, and then maybe you could make some magic happen here and kill this whole group. That could be like a possibility. But unfortunately, that's not the game that we're in. Like white could have connected under the left before sequence. So all right, so again, if I do that's we're gonna go back into the D3 sequence. Yeah. Then I end up with this, which is okay. And then it's white. Oh yeah. Well, I seed initiative if I do this, right? I get a couple stones, but then I don't know. White does like this. Let's look at this. What happens if white goes here? Do I just... Is this what I immediately do? Screw it, I have like no liberties. Holy crap. I'm scared. I don't know if I like D3 now. I don't think I think I think oh, I cede initiative to you. Unless I'm missing something. Like... Unless I just don't care about this one stone. What happens if I don't care about this stone? What can I do at that point? I gotta like go here. Seed this or something like that.
But I care about all my stones.
Sometimes you gotta let them go.
If you love them.
Oh no.
I definitely probably don't. Do I want to play just... I don't think I want to just play D7, right?
Kelly, like 7.
Because like it's too... I mean, it's really safe. I may not end up getting enough. I got like
Sorry,
attack.
Janelle, I didn't hear what you said.
But that, yeah, it's bad to go about it that way. Well, is it? Is it? Then I have initiative here. Well, then I probably want to do this. I don't know. Ooh, baby. Don't care about useless stones. Trade for better points elsewhere.
Fair point.
Yeah. Good, yeah. Very sage
Nice
advice.
Try, Janelle,
Why'd you do it?
because I almost didn't.
That's a very good reason.
Um,
Alright,
I'm pretty sure I just have lost this game. Let me just... I want to look at I want to look at something. What happens if I let you go up here? All right, so you go here.
damn.
And then what do? All right, you go there. Do I cut you off like this, or do I, it's like it lets me get cut? You go there. This is... I need to go there. Check my stone. You go here. This is dead now, right? Like, what can I do? I did. You know, I guess I... Oh yeah. So this stone just dies if I push that, right? Let me know, chat, if I'm wrong, but so I have to connect here. Give a 5 stones here to kill
Wait,
7
how do you
stones
do that?
there, but not the other way around.
So the reason that I took those two is because because of the diagonal, it's not like a direct connection. It doesn't have anywhere to go.
Gotcha.
I think that's right. I don't know. That feels right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I think I've definitely lost this game, Janelle. I don't think I can. I don't think anything I can do can win it. Unless, let's see if you make a mistake.
That is so likely. Let's go. All right. So.
I like how you've got this line in the middle of the board.
Mhm.
And by like, I mean I hate it.
Why? I mean, you have a really good position because even so, we basically on our game have I have a
Yep,
line
only bamboozle for the
straight
win.
across. Oh well, I have a line straight across 5, but Kelly has managed to do like just a bunch of eyes that on her end of the board that do ultimately still make it very difficult to maneuver.
How could you?
It's like, yeah.
I don't know what little dragon means. White to move. All right. Oh, little dragon to trash territories. That just means like the only path to victory is... What's...
Oh, yeah. I did it. I went for it.
Wait, what?
What?
Why did you do that?
All right, Kelly, I see you.
Do you though?
Not really.
Because I'm pretty sure I don't have my webcam on.
Damn. Yeah, you know I'm not cool enough to hack the mainframe.
But you're cool enough for me.
Aw. But you still.
Now we're just essentially transferring eyes at this point.
Kinda. That's really all that's happening.
So a dragon is a long connected shape spanning large areas of the board, but they and so that makes sense. All right, so you're pushing up even further.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut you. This game just got dirty as heck. I don't know what you're doing, but I think you just gave me. I think you just gave me that bamboozle for the win possibility. I'm not saying I'm going to win, but
Let's go.
Okay. So Janelle, I'm starting to see why you might lose games because you kind of thrown this one away with like you had like a basic like if you play conservative you win this game, and now you've really let me back into it.
Wow, Eric, tell her how you really feel.
like
I mean, like, let's listen. My
because you just gave me a
is-
corner like for free basically, and all the stones you just placed are really weak. Like they're really easy to take. Like okay.
Take them. Just go. Do it.
Are you ceding the game to me? I do not understand what you're doing because you can't.
No, I'm definitely not ceding the game to you. I am playing two games at once and trying to understand both of them.
All right. So,
but I think that you have a much clearer strategy or vision of my strategy to win than I do. So
Yeah.
I'm just following the strategy.
That's the tricky thing. That's why I didn't want to play two games at once today because I realized last week when I was playing two games at once, I played bad. White at D7 wins. D7.
Yeah, because that'll pretty much close things off.
Yeah, it might. I agree. It might win, but White is not playing very intelligently right now. So I mean, like this is. I mean, this is a pretty obvious play, right? To just take this. Let me go back. I'll actually try to do some analysis of this. This game got weird really quick. Yeah, Loga go is correct. Like now it's my game to lose. Because like you can't fight over, so like I think that we should learn something right from like your move here. So like don't fight over the side, right? And so like you pushed a single piece into my territory along the side. I don't care about that, right? It didn't attack anything, it didn't accomplish anything, right? You were fighting over nothing. Does that make sense? Like there's no territory there to control in the end, right? Or there's very little territory, and like at the same time, we have to consider context. I just attempted to cut off two of your white stones from your broader stone collection, and so then you put so you kind of like ignore my play, and then I threaten like your diagonal here, and then what's even worse is like you maybe could have salvaged this by like doing like a B3 here to like cut then like I don't know, I do like something like this maybe. And then we've got a weird, complicated situation here where you maybe can do something here, but you continue to kind of fight over this thing. But there was nothing to win, right? Does that make sense? And that's the problem. So then I push further. I cut off your thing. The concept of Sente and Gote is known. Let's go over them because they are likely important here. So Sente and Gote. We might know them in. Oh, we gotta put it in Sente Go. And Gote. All right. Yeah. I think you know them from Chess's initiative. Yeah. With note that this is a show where we mostly play esports, so we're very like we play like lots of Hearthstone and like StarCraft and fighting games and stuff like that. So we are really familiar with like the general concepts of games, but like in terms of competition, but maybe not the words in for Go. So player Sente, if it is their turn. So it's like the player who can decide where to play next, right? And so in this instance, I think. I had Sente and I was forcing initiative, like, in a sense, like play around here, and then you played somewhere else, and then like that was bad. And then Gote is losing the initiative. Pronounced Gote, borrowed. It's like the following move. So a Sente and Gote, I think, would be like if after a sequence of events, like I started the sequence, but then you get to play the next. You get to start the next sequence. I think that would be Gote, right? That's losing the initiative in the game. And obviously, in any game, initiative is really, really important, right? Like in Hearthstone, that's being the like aggressive deck or something like that, right? Where you get to you dictate the tempo of the game. But let's see. If I go here, you could connect there. Well, then I just take here, and then yeah, this is all mine. And what, you cut there. I'm gonna lose the corner maybe. But you could probably even push right here, and then I don't think I can do anything. So what I want to do, if you go push there, I just sacrifice this stone. Yeah, there's no way I can stop this connecting, right? Maybe if I go like here. What would I do? Can't make two eyes. So then the question is, can I... Oh. There's no need to be too worried about this. But yeah, I'll throw out the stone here. All right. But thank you, chat. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all your advice. I feel like I'm like my brain's growing. Unfortunately, all right. So yeah. So Janelle, you did exactly the move that I expected. There was nothing negative about me saying that. You hear me? So I'm gonna go ahead. I'll do the move that I prepped. But I see, but we see, I think, like, I'm gonna go back a little bit. We can see the conceptual problem that happened here, and maybe why you're struggling to win games, Janelle, right? Is you needed to respond to my move at D3, right? And you went and did something else. And the thing that you did somewhere else just wasn't as important as what was going on elsewhere in the board. And that's what makes Go so hard, right? Comparatively to like chess, right? If I move my bishop and it attacks your queen, right? You have to move the queen, right? That's like very intuitive. But in Go, it can be tricky because there's no queen. There's no like easy like, oh yeah, this is the obvious move I should make or something like that. All right, here. So I'm going to do this. And so it can be harder, I think, in Go. And this is like, I think one of the things we have to learn more about, right? Of like, when can I go do my own thing, and when do I have to appreciate what my opponent is doing and respond in kind, right? And that can be really tricky. The other lesson to learn from this section was don't fight over crumbs, maybe, right? All right. Ooh, interesting move. So I go here. Yeah, so here you're like continuing to like kind of hemorrhage stones. Like, I don't think that C9 accomplished much. You have to be really careful when playing on the edges because because edge pieces are very vulnerable. So for instance, just in like this instance, I mean, like, I could attack that C9, like, and like, let's see, can you even like protect it? Like, you really can't protect it very easily. And then but I don't even care about that because I care about this group of stones on the A file. I can just take all of them. Like this, so like this move here on B8, it pushes up, and then what happens is that you can't save it, right? Because if you go A8, I just take. You can't connect though. If I were you, like D8 looks pretty appealing. Yeah. Because then you got one connecting stone away from connecting to your C9. Not that you shouldn't really care. You don't want to play D9 at all this game, really, after you play D8. Because I can't play D9, right? You just take it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take your thing because, well, the question is, all right, so this is like an example of initiative here. Do I want to play? Yeah. This is what. Who's doggo? Oh, that's Kelly's dog barking through the thing.
Yep. Sorry, I muted myself.
But yeah, Logan goes to the exact same conclusion that I was going to go to, which was that playing A8 is not a wise move, right? Because if I play A8, I get something, but I lose initiative, right? I cede it over to you. Meanwhile, it's not like you can do anything. Like if I go like here and then you go there, well then I just capture, right? So like there's no way for you to save the A file, the L shape of white stones. So I shouldn't spend a turn foregoing my initiative, right, to take them. Instead, they suggest B8 and then D8 later. Okay, because B8 threatens the C9 pawn, and then they have to go here to protect it. I was actually thinking of doing this E1 because then I solidify. But no. Instead B8 and D8, I think. B8 D8. Instead of B8 D8, I think. All right, so Ray is saying. Instead of B8. So they're saying go D8. Then I just get taken, right? Whole board is Sumego. Life and death problem, by the way. Oh, because... Wait, you're looking at B... Oh, B8. Wait, I've already played B8. Yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Everybody, this is the current board state. I was backed up a little bit. So I had already played... B8. Try B8 at D8 later. So now, okay, so let's go ahead and let's look here. I definitely don't want to play that. I want to play B9. I think I want to play E8. All right, little try sign instead of B8. Consider having played D8. All right, I will. I'm gonna play my next move. I'm gonna play E8 to trap that group of stones in. I think that's the play I want to make. But then you want me to go back up and play this. All right, so what happens here? So then if I were white, I would play here. And now Eric, me, is suddenly really worried about two eyes, but I realize that you can't make two eyes out of this because the ideal shape is like this, but then black can just push in here. So white can't survive there if I push. And then of course, I see what you mean, because then if I push this, white still can't survive. Can't. There's no way to keep this, keep these stones. And now I've gained more territory. And so then, white can't do anything, right? Can't attack the group. Yep, D8 was a better move there. Let me know when you go, Janelle. Jeez, even one 9x9 game has so much complexity, and I'm so bad at it. All right, so I see what you mean. So let's keep going. Let's keep going on this line. If I were white, what would I do here? I would concede, I guess. I mean, white can hold white only has like this territory and this, and black has so much more. Instead, I kind of gave Janelle an in the game, right? Because this is where the game ended up. White should live in the lower right-hand corner. Yeah, there's enough space there.
So can I just concede? Is that something that I can just do?
Yeah, there's a resign button.
You have won.
So now, let's look at what the computer thinks are the most crucial moments. So the computer thinks that white has an advantage from the very get-go. So they think that Comey is so big that it's gonna be hard for black to win. It's worth noting that. So in the computer, let's see. Computer didn't like my move in the middle at all. They said once I did that move, they would have done something else. They don't know if the AI review is gonna be that helpful. I don't disagree. The AI is smarter than I am. So here, okay, so yeah. So this was what Logagoigo was talking about before. With this move being terrible, like this, they put this as a minus 83% move, which even if we don't think that the AI is perfect.
You know, I think there is one move you could do right now that would completely dick me over.
Now the fun part is finding it.
Mm-hmm.
Found it.
It's interesting how the swing, like in the mid game of our game, Janelle, like you played a move.
Found it.
Yup.
Didn't that feel good?
It did.
Click the blue
I'm so
0.
sorry. We have a really fucking weird shape over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a forcing move here. Interesting.
I feel like games between beginners can just last forever.
I totally agree. Because this is what turns.
It's interesting that
71.
they already thought I had the victory here. We all, oh wait, it was when White played that move. Never mind. Interesting. Anyone in chat want to play a game against me?
F6.
F6. Let's see. F6 is right here. Oh. All right. I'll play against Little Try. Janelle was thinking of F7 at the time, and I think that's definitely better. Oh, actually, I will give myself a little credit. I told Janelle to do F7, and then she did F6. Audience interaction. Little Try on OGS. Pick your settings. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and click the challenge. All right. So let's do. Do you want to do? Let's do 13 by 13. Does that sound good, Little Try?
I'm very curious about how this corner is going to resolve itself, Kelly.
And I will play. I will play as White.
No, I think you've won this quarter, Janelle.
Okay. Looks good.
Like, I think so, but that little like resurgence got me a little nervous.
Oh shoot!
Game started.
I'm sorry that I didn't set. Do you want me? Yeah, Little Try. Let me know if you want to reset the game because I realized I did goof a little bit with the maybe with the handicap Comey and colored automatic. So Little Try is ranked 5K. I don't know what that means. I know that D is really good. Little Try 2 days. Yeah, we're just gonna play. We're playing for fun. We'll go relatively fast. You know, don't burn your time too much. My goal is to, we finish streaming usually around 2 here, so we'll play for like 30 minutes.
Kelly, do you think this game will be over?
No,
All right.
absolutely not.
So, so are you guys playing a 13 by 13 game?
No, we're playing
No.
9x9.
Like,
All
I've
right.
got conferences with students at like 2:30, and I'll just be casually going back and forth with
Oh my
Janelle
God.
talking about their research methods. I won't do that.
So
Oh my God,
small.
No, don't do that.
Well, here, Little Try. We can play 19
No.
by 19.
No, I'm definitely gonna go play Breath of the Wild as soon as we're done here.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I picked it up yesterday.
I'm gonna
and
re-challenge you, and we'll do 19 by 19, but and we'll play. All right. How do I set these things to? Oh, handicap automatic, Comey automatic, color automatic. We'll set all those to automatic. And I will...
You have
game
won.
speed is we'll do blitz. Yeah, we'll do blitz. We're gonna go crazy. All right. Blitz, Fisher, initial time 30 seconds. All right. Let's do it. All right.
Game started.
19 by 19 blitz game. Here we go. All right. I don't have too much time to think. So my goal is to not lose every stone I place.
So wait, how much time do you have for blitz?
5 minutes, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Each player. And then there's a 30-second timer. There might be time control at some point. I'm unsure.
I would love a 15-second turn game. That sounds amazing.
So, I'm taking corners first. That's what Ray told me last week. Okay. Oh my gosh. Little try knows that I'm bad at this. He's like, I'll just challenge him in the corner right away. Okay. So let me look at this. All right. So the best. Let me. What would I do? Can't. Cut him. All right. 1 second. Back to the game. Okay. Before I run out of time. All right. So cut him. All right. So now they're threatening to take my pieces, and this is too big. I can't just push the initiative. Oh God. I'm so bad at Go. This is why I don't play Blitz. Let's do this. Was this a bad move? I think I just made a really bad move. Shoot. The computer's gonna have my head for this. Screw it. As I noted, I'm not good. Okay, shoot. You're just fighting me right away, little try. Okay, let's just keep going. How much blitz time? I don't really understand the blitz moves. I don't know how much time I have. Otherwise, maybe I'd try a little bit. Okay, let's see. I see why.
Oh, I think it's like 30 seconds of active time.
So it's 30
because when you went
seconds
to
per
analysis,
move.
It stopped. Is that true? I don't know.
No. Time definitely kept going when I was in analysis.
10,
Yikes.
9, 8.
That was a bad move. Just took no territory. Definitely does not stop in analysis. Thanks, Ray.
I feel like that'd be a little counterintuitive.
Okay, so Ray, try is pushing up. I want to stop them from getting further in. So let's make a diagonal. All right, continuing their reign of terror. There's no points to be won in the middle. That's what I've been told. So let's go ahead and do this. All right.
Kelly, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this super weird board when we're done.
Sure thing.
Ten.
The moment it says 10, I just gotta click somewhere on the board. That was a bad move though, because now I allowed D8. Oh, didn't even. All right. Okay,
I'll be right
these stones
back.
are gonna be fine. These stones are gonna be fine. Let's focus on something else.
9, 8.
Games are in your profile game history. You can always go back to them later. All right. Try is pushing up again. So let's I don't want them to
10.
go down. Fuck. Oh, it's 10 seconds, not 30. Yeah. So what I need to do is I need to get into like something where I can just make some random moves and get back some of my time. Like a ladder. I don't want them to push me there. I don't want you to. I'm making some fast moves right now to try to Alright, I don't want you to escape. If you can make it to, maybe I should have. Maybe I had this. Yeah, okay, that was dumb of me. So here, dude, I can make it back to these stones pretty easily, if you, like. So I'm not too worried about that. So I want to try to start cutting them off. What's your preferred pronoun, Little Try? You're playing a blitz game though, so you know. You have more time than I do though.
I'm back.
Let's do a long. Oh, I want to strand this. I don't know if I want to strand it. I'll play one and then I'll do a long connect. Pronoun like he, she, they, them. I don't know. You know, you're just a username to me, and so I don't want to assume anything. Okay. Alright, pushing up into the center. So let's push into the center then. Let's do the same thing. We'll go like there. But obviously this game's going really poorly. I don't have a corner anymore. No corners is no problem. Oh, that was a spot that I was thinking of going. All right.
I like that as a strategy.
In theory, if your opponent only controls all four corners, you'll win the game. But if they control the corners, they're gonna win. Yeah, so I'm gonna lose all of this, but let's just keep our stones connected.
Yeah, Kelly, that corner is like I can't get in there at all. Not really.
Nope.
So there's like no point in me really cutting off these groups now, because you have like this is alive and this is probably alive. All right, so you're kind of trying to do that. Let me. Chat has any brilliant moves, please let me know. I think the way I see this game going, I'm gonna control like this, and Black is gonna control everything else. Q6 or Q10 is what I look at. Yeah. So like try to cut them off. Q6 or Q10. All right. Thanks, Ray. I don't feel though. I think Little Try's toying with me. I don't think that C1 was a good move, guys. Let's go ahead and let's go with Q6 here. All right, so my goal is to attack here. So let's go ahead and let's look at this. I'll analyze perhaps more once Little Try goes. I actually don't know what the best move here is. Okay, so it is that. All right, so let's look at this really quick. We have 26 seconds. This is bad, right? Because then I just get cut. This isn't good though either. If I do this, that's bad. Back to game on like 15 seconds. Let's go here. That's not great. I don't want attacking in though. I'm giving them more space. You don't need to save every stone. Good advice, Ray. You're right. I don't need to save every stone. Let's push in. We'll try to curve it out, and we'll try to carve a little bit of this this wall up for us. Well, okay. This is actually really important. I need to go here, and we're gonna ladder. It's time to make a ladder. We haven't made a ladder all day. Wait, this isn't a ladder. I don't have enough stones to make a ladder. Let's do this. So then they're gonna go. Maybe I should have connected here. Wow. Oh, I guess if that's better than this, then I am really in trouble, aren't I? Okay, let's look at this. I've started to carve out a little bit for me. Who's being laddered now? The answer is me. I should have gone R9 was probably the better play. What if I do something like this? Maybe too ambitious. Let's do this. Okay. So these are lost. These are dead. I don't care about them anymore. Let's go ahead and I want to start making my overtures over to there. So let's go ahead and do like this. It's a little too easy for Black to cut into my structure here. Maybe I should have focused on, yep, that's exactly what I Imagine what happened. Shoot.
Pepperoni and cheese.
Like famous last words. It's a little too easy for Black to cut into my structure.
9, 8, 7,
Structured structures.
6.
Let's go there.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's never the wrong time.
I like this move. I'm threatening to start to push into my opponent, which I kind of like.
Kelly, I missed the end of what you said.
Oh, I just said it's never the wrong time of day to invoke Bordeaux.
I know. But also every time of the day feels wrong.
I mean, I can't argue with that necessarily, but I'm gonna. I'm kidding.
Good advice from Ray. When invading, you don't need to save every stone.
I love it.
Okay, so if I go here at M15... No. We have already learned that this is bad. We learned it with the game with Janelle. Don't do it. Okay, so what should I do here? Alright, so I want to contain my opponent.
10,
Maybe this is fine.
9.
Yeah, okay, this is fine. I've chosen. The second the timer comes up, I'm just like, I know it's bad. I just have to play a move or else I lose at the 0-second mark.
Wait, do you lose the whole game?
Yeah, you just ought to lose. That's why I lost to Kelly last week.
That's stressful.
Oh, no, that was chess that when I lost to Kelly. This was fine. 0-13. I'm sure it wasn't the worst move I could have made. Alright, Black is pushing up
How
on my
could
structure
you?
more. Let's just save that stone.
So sorry. I tried the analysis.
I see it now.
I did it. I looked at it and I was
You
like,
son
oh,
of a
shit.
bitch. How dare
did
you use the tools that are at your disposal
I know. I'm a
beat
son of a
me-
bitch. I know.
at a game that I'm playing casually?
I know. It was rude. It was uncalled for.
I'm sacrificing
I-
that piece because I don't want to. If I try to save it, then I can get cut here, and all of these stones die if I can't make it over here. This is dangerous. I should have probably just played K. I should have played K13 there. Yeah, yep. K13 was way better. So I go here, then they go there. It's okay. They go here, I go there. I don't think that. I'm wondering if this K13 was. They're gonna connect these stones. I can't stop them from connecting the stones. Let's do this.
Janelle, I don't like that sound.
It is a really convincing sound effect. I do
It's
really
such a
like
good sound, though. It's just not good when and when you hear the big one, you're like, oh man, they just catch
Oh,
me.
Okay,
no.
so I
It
need
just
to
catches on my
keep the
stupidity.
connections going here. So let's go like something like this. But then if they go this, my stones will just die. Well, no, I can just take. I just take whenever I want. I take whenever I want.
So what are we learning from Go?
Oh no, I mean, no. I was just saying like there's a black stone I can take, and so I just need to stop worrying about that stone and that group of stones because they'll be okay. Go is a peaceful game about taking whatever you want.
I love it.
I mean, I'm down. That's just good.
I like this place on the board. It is now mine.
Go is so damn complicated, and I'm
sorry that you
so
said that.
damn dumb. Okay, so
But I want.
if I go here, then they just black here. These are dead. Let's save the stones we can. Go. If it fits, I sit. Nice.
Oh my god, yes.
That is way
This
too
is-
accurate.
It teaches
Just
you
a
the
game of
yin and
math.
yang of taking whatever you want and taking whenever you want.
I
Yo.
do like that. That's very good. It does fit the cat philosophy too, so I'm pretty sure whoever did come up with Go just watched cats for a long time.
am a fan.
Mhm.
Let's see. Janelle, how can I salvage my stupidity?
Honestly, it is pure luck that brought us here.
Did they have CGI back then?
Not that
I have
recent.
no clue what that was a reference to. You went over my head, strongest coffee.
Did they have CGI back then? Oh god, I think that's a Cats reference.
Oh, cats. Oh yeah,
No, alright, you are now shadow banned. Stronger coffee.
Strongest coffee is in the collab.
No, I
Okay,
make
okay.
the rules. I'm kidding.
10, 9,
How am I? Oh shoot! I misplayed. Darn it. Okay, I was trying to go 014. I wanted for the record that I was trying to click 014, and the lady scared
10.
me.
Oh no. Oh no, does it announce when it's your turn?
No, she starts counting down.
Oh, that's worse. That is much worse. Oh.
They had real
what?
ghosts back in the day, says Ray.
Callie, that move gave me like a panic. I'm like, what are you doing over there?
Fill it in,
Listen,
little
I
try.
At this point, I know,
Wait, what?
especially after hearing that, I cannot win. But all I can do is give you brief.
Well,
moments
that's
of
my best
panic.
play.
You're doing
Wait, oh,
such a
you can
good-
snap it back. Oh, I didn't realize. I don't know the rules of this game. Shoot, I thought that Little Try couldn't snap back because but he could.
No, they had real good.
Play some quick moves, get my timer back up, then I can talk about cats with chat. Okay, let's do this. All right, then if they cut at G12, then I'm going to probably just end the stream.
I think at this point, Janelle, I do have to concede because you thoroughly whipped me.
There's like something horrible has happened, which is that all I want to do is take that corner, but there's no way for me to do it.
But this is a game about taking whatever you want, whenever you want. This would be dumb. Let's do.
Janelle.
I couldn't have the other corner, so I took that one.
That is fucking incredible. Alright, just so you know, I hit pass, just expecting to end the game, and Janelle went, no.
I just took a tiny little corner.
I
that
just
was
like walked over to her side of
unnecessary.
the battlefield with, you know, like an olive branch in hand, and she just lit it on fire.
Oh no. There. I did it. You're right. You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm doing it. I'm like hunting olive trees, just running stupidly around my camp, trying to find an olive tree that I can use to make an olive branch.
You cannot right the wrong you have done, Janelle.
9, 8,
I'm gonna try.
See, it's funny. The longer we go, the more tempting it is to keep doing it. But I
I
mean,
know.
I also know you, and I feel bad.
Oh, I forgot that piece was under threat.
All right.
Let's see how much
Pushing.
you beat me
This
by.
dragon hurts me. Keep pushing in.
Okay. I took a screenshot.
Okay, now it's blocked off.
fine.
So can I save this? I mean, these stones don't have that many liberties.
Okay, yeah, so that is the final one. Okay, I'm gonna put it in Discord.
Let's give it a shot. We're gonna try to make this group on the right hand side alive. That's our goal. They ain't living. Okay, so this is gonna get taken. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so let's try to make 2 eyes over here. Man, it's gonna be harder now that I messed up this. Yeah, but that makes it harder to make 2 eyes, that's for sure. Alright, dead. They're dead stones. I know I've lost this game. Let's just try to Let's see. I got this.
That was really fun.
All right.
10,
Little try.
9,
I resigned.
8,
You've beaten me.
7, 6.
I'll pass.
Pass.
Little Try might pull a me and just be like, no.
Oh, Little Try said I played well. I do not feel like I played well.
You have won.
Oh, they resigned. But you had a 100% chance of winning, Little Try. I mean, everyone knows Little Try won. Like, they just hit the resign button. But all right, let's look at what the AI considered the consequential moves. I went here. They said that was a really bad move. I should have gone here, and then that would have led to other things happening, perhaps. That makes sense to me. Let's look at here. I went here. They agree again that C8 was the best move. So here was an instance where I made the Janelle mistake, and I don't mean that in a negative sense. I just the same mistake you made last game, where there was something going on that I had to respond to, and I didn't. Right?
At least you may have won, but at least I did not get a mistake named after me.
That is true, and you should hold on to that.
I don't think that this was that consequential of a move. They think that this would have been a better move than what? Like
Mathematically, that doesn't seem terribly consequential.
Yeah. I think the big points were the bottom left. Let's say point invasion. Yeah, I see. Like, I think what I'll say is like one thing that can be hard, and I don't mean just throw any shade, because like now I've played a couple of games against some players who are like way better than me, and the thing is that when you're playing against somebody who's way better than you, they'll just like they'll do something like like an invade, and you just don't know how to respond as a bad player. Like that's endless. Like you feel like it's hard to learn in a sense. So I need to like focus on learning those. You also want your stones to be balanced on the board. Atari the left, P5, like here. Letting black pushing through around N14. Oh, where are you looking right now? I'm unsure. But let's go ahead and look at the 33 point invasion. Is the 3/3 invasion is playing a stone on 3/3 when an enemy stone is at 4/4. So 4/4 I assume is 4/4 is the star point. Off topic, I love your headphones. Oh, thank you. They are Sennheiser HD. What I forgot. They're HD1. They're like a 99. I know 99's at the end, but I don't know if it's 199 or 299. There they are. 598. Sorry, my bad. In case you're wondering.
You get one of the numbers right, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I got one of them. Sennheiser HD 598. I'm actually going to probably upgrade soon because these are very old. One thing you can see is that the things are gone. So I can't totally recommend these because I don't have them. But the Mass Drop 6XX, this is a really good price because the 6XX is based off the 600, which is one of the most like accurate sounding lower market microphones. They're normally like $500, but Massdrop has like a deal with Sennheiser to make the same headphones. The HDX 6XX is the 600. It is like the same headphone, but you can get it for $220 instead of like $500. So I know that because of COVID, they're having some shipping problems, but this is what I'm planning on. This is like my upgrade headphone. These ones are a little different though. The ones I have are more of a warm sound, where those are a little bit more of a cold clinical sound on the things. But I can talk about headphones all day long. I'm kind of a headphone snob. So I can't believe that it took Little Try like what was this 12 moves to take take the percentage lead from the AI, because let's be honest, it was a 100% chance for a Little Try win. Serious Play audio file podcast, no. All right, so here I play there. So
I mean, between you with headphones and me with microphones.
Well,
I'm there for it.
I mean, I own like really nice microphones.
Oh yeah.
I'm an audio snob in all things. Ooh, Little Try is doing some variations here. So let's look at what Little Try is. So the first variation Little Try is noting is when they went there, I could have cut off. Oh wait, no, we're not in the variation anymore. They did like something like
So I gotta try to cut off. Oh yeah, something like lengthwise, like not playing it so close with the other stones. Then you play there, I play there, you play there, and then like I play like there, and I'm kind of controlling this, like kind of this. I maybe lose the corner, but at least I have the side. That makes sense. Let's see. This another variation that Little Tripe points out is. Let's see. So then like. I play there, yeah. So like attack the stones. I get attacked. I play, which oh, whoops, darn it. We lost the thing. So let me. So white. I would play there. Black would play there. I protect my stone. Black threatens. I threaten down there, saying, "Okay, take the stone. I don't care. You take the stone. I push further in. Now this is trapped. You play that. I continue throwing it in. Let's play out this little thing. It is 2 o'clock, so I'm going to be done in just like a minute or two. But let's play out this. What would I do if? See, the thing is, I could say, what would I do if I was black? And then I make the wrong play. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, if black throws away their stone, it looks like white could survive here. It is 2 o'clock. Playing Go with you guys has been really fun. And I really think I love chat. Like we're gonna play Go on the arena on Mondays a lot more because you guys are awesome. We might I am on vacation next week, so I'm not planning on streaming, and I think our 2 friends on the other line aren't planning either, if I'm correct, because you guys are gonna be out of town too, right?
I mean, I'll be around, just not in my usual place.
All right. Well, we'll see.
I will be the day before I leave, so perhaps.
Yeah, but I won't be. I won't be here. That's all. But go ahead.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I was gonna say it might pose an issue because I'm going from myself and 2 dogs to 8 people and 6 dogs. So.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I would probably be on mute most of the time.
But you can enjoy your family, right? Don't like why stream, like you hang out with the people you just stream with us all the time whenever you want, really. So. But chat, thank you so much. You've been lovely. You guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see from you again sometime in the near future. Probably 2 weeks from now, we'll start back up the arena. Bye.
Sounds good.
Bye,
Peace.
folks.